B Productions is launching an all-new podcast network. 4 shows, 4 hosts, 1 powerhouse of paranormal and cryptid entertainment all week long. Kick off your week on Tuesdays with the one and only Wojo, host of Home of the Boom. He's diving deep into the world of cryptids, Bigfoot, and the mysteries that shake the woods. Interviews, investigations, and the loudest boom in the cryptid community every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on Wednesdays, prepare to drift into the unknown with Amanda Lombardo, your guide on the Phantom Navigator. From haunted legends to chilling stories from around the globe, Amanda is charting a course straight through the supernatural, plus guests who live to tell the tales. Catch her from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you dare. Fridays get a little darker and a whole lot prettier. Join Sam from Sam's Pretty Paranormal, where makeup meets the macabre. It's Sam After Dark, spooky storytelling, and her fan favorite segment, Cooking for the Dead. Tune in every Friday from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for glam, goosebumps, and all things ghoulish. And every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the flagship show returns, Banter with Richie B Live, featuring Richie B and Wojo. From updates to investigations to wild discussions, this is the core of the network. Raw, real, and always unpredictable. Spend your Saturday evenings with the duo that started it all. 4 nights of content, 4 incredible hosts, cryptids, ghosts, glam, stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. This is the Banter with Richie B Podcast Network. Some journeys begin with loss and turn into purpose.
I love you, baby Jack. I love you, Mama. Wojo, get us out of here, because that's what you do.
Denny O'Donnell lost his daughter Ella to childhood cancer 9 years ago, but her light never left. Ella visits in the form of a ladybug, a reminder she's still near. Driven by love, Denny created the Ella Jade O'Donnell Pediatric Brain Cancer Research Fund at Dana-Farber, helping fight childhood cancer and bringing awareness to families everywhere. Now, Denny joins Banter with Richie B on a new journey, researching Bigfoot. Richie B knows loss too. His son Jack gained his wings in Richie's arms, and now he visits as a hawk.
Obviously made this happen. This has been a passion of mine I've been wanting to do for a long time. And when a couple things came down the pike, I figured it was the time to jump in and do it. Obviously, the loss of my son, 4/24/22, baby Jack, I kind of leaned towards my passions more, as opposed to getting stuck in the rat race every day and caring what the Joneses thought. My life is completely different.
Jack and Ella are making themselves known, guiding Richie and Denny together on this path. Join us Saturday, December 20th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on Banter with Richie B.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Banter Richie B Live. Sam, that's an amazing video, Sam. That's the first thing I want to say. Thank you so much for that. Your kindness and your huge heart is prevalent in that video. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to welcome everybody and say Merry Christmas to all of you. It is the holiday season, and I just want to say one thing before I do bring Wojo in and say hi to everybody on the side, and then do our advertisements. That this show is, although I will be emotional, and I've had a few messages today from my little dude, so he knows what's up. And this ain't about sadness. This is about hope. This is about daily triumphs. This is about who we really are as people. Besides Bigfoot researchers, cryptid researchers, UFO research, whatever you want to put it as, a label that you want to put it as. The first thing I am is a father. And this is partly my story that got me where I am sitting in front of you. But mostly it's about Denny and his connection to seemingly Jack. It's a wild story. I want you to hear this story so bad. It's so special, and I want you guys to embrace all your loved ones. I want you to enjoy your holiday seasons a little bit extra this time around, and I want this story to push you in that direction, to give that extra hug and give that extra kiss and say that extra "I love you." It's all very important, it's what life is, really. It's not just very important; it is what it is. What we're living. That's what this is. And I want Denny to share his incredible story about his incredible journey, and how each and every one of you, myself and Wojo, are helping him on a daily basis. I don't use the word heal. I'm sorry. I feel better, a day here and there whenever you can. And whenever you get those little glimpses of feeling good, feeling like yourself again, that's when you get things done. That's when you get productive. That's when you live life. And that's exactly what the little angels upstairs want us to do. They don't want to watch us cowered in a corner, And I stopped that partly because I didn't want Jack to think that he did something to hurt me. So I want you guys to enjoy this journey tonight. I want you to feel that human side of yourself. And towards the end, we're going to talk about Bigfoot too. That's going to happen. But in the meantime, thank you everybody for being here. I want to let you know that we're on HLO Media platform, Media Squatch app on your phone. Please get it. Dark Realm TV, where fear lives, on every Roku television, every Amazon Fire Stick. You can check us on Spotify, iHeart, Apple, all over the place, all over the world. I'm going to bring in my co-host and say hello to each and every one of you. And then we're going to bring our guest in, and it's just going to be a magical Christmas night. And that's what we're going to do, because that's what our kids want, really, ultimately, So, Wojo, you ready to come in? Give me 2 thumbs up the way you like to. Ain't the way you like to. Usually it's a middle finger. There it is. Okay. What the heck was that? Oh boy, I brought you in big, bro. You came in flying. Right into the camera. What's up, buddy?
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Home of the Boom podcast. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong guy.
Oh, jeez, I can't bring him anywhere. Not even on my show.
No, I'll be honest with you, Rich. Is that I'm looking forward for tonight. Sam, you just knocked that out of the park. Is caught me off guard. But I want to open up with this. Bless are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Yes. And that's for everybody, because Jesus comforts all. That's Matthew 5:4. Yes. So I just want to say, boom, for baby Jack and for Ella, and let's go.
Right? Super pumped, right? D-Hood, I put your message up because I saw D-Hood respond to something in YouTube. I thought it was pretty awesome. Oh, also, real quick on the technical stuff, just let me know if you see anything. I made a few updates to things, and it looks like my picture is much clearer now. Did you notice that?
Very.
Yeah, really clear. So I was on the phone today, and I got what I wanted. Damn it, I got what I wanted, and I pick up my new phone tomorrow with 3 cameras. 3 cameras. I pick it up tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. I got my phone. I won that war. I told you I was going to get.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Not only that, that's for everybody on the side that comes out, man. That comes out with us. I'm going to give them a damn good show. We got a new phone coming. tons of memory. New phone, who dis? Oh, that's Richie B. That's who this is. Oh, and I made him speed up my internet. I made him speed up my internet to 1 gigabyte in speed, and I got like 1,000 upload speeds and all kinds of. Shut up, Tim.
Wow, even that's coming up quick.
Yeah, right.
Too fast. We're fast. All right.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, no, we're gonna have a talk, and we're gonna include everybody in this conversation. And like I said, this is about hope and faith and understanding that there is something beyond this. And I think that's what the message for me is here. To feel comforted knowing that no matter how it goes or how it ends or whatever it might be, that there's something else besides this. And whatever you deem that to be, I'm not going to force it upon you. Your beliefs are your beliefs. I'm a spiritual person, right? There's that saying back in the day in AA, they used to say churches for people that are afraid to go to hell, and spirituality or religion is for people that are afraid to go to hell, and spirituality is for people that are been to hell and afraid to go back. Ooh, that's me. So that's, and that's fine, right? As long as we get the message, we're supposed to get the message while we're here and bring it with us when we go there. So that's what it's about. Susan, thank God you got a new phone. Don't start you. No, so audio is working great too. Yeah, so what I did was, the other thing was when I did the there was a new setup or something I did with the sound. So when you plug in it was an update in Restream, that's what it was. So they have a thing now that says the name of the headset, right? And the box that it comes out of. So they put the word communication next to it. But what was happening was, this was my microphone and this was my microphone. See, I could still hear you, but you were getting both microphones. So when I got close, it would cancel each other out. And that's when I would go blank. So I'm working over here. Right?
Richie glitching.
Shut up.
All right. Nice and loose. Look at
that. Oh, jerks. All right, listen. I gotta start at the top of my list, not your little phone. Let's see. Mary Newbert, love you. Merry Christmas. Let's see. We're gonna go right down the list. Brandy Sampson, awesome. Oh, by the way, buy Brandy's merch, by the way, because I got this badass coffee mug, man. Look at that thing. I like the little.
I know, mine's like.
I like the character.
Mine right there by X.
Yeah, but I like the shapes of the characters and stuff. And then on the back it says Spooky Sips with the Squad. Right? Spooky Sips with the Squad. You guys are my squad, and I get it. And those are my squads too, by the way. Those are my squad people. Squad people.
Oh, I need more water just in case.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Brandy, I hope you feel better. I'll do my best. Oddly, I developed a high fever and feel horrible in the last few hours. Well, I'm sorry. Well, I won't sing no more. That'll help. Let's see. Now I got to go back up here for every time. See, this is the new thing in Restream. When they move this thing, they make it so small. Let's see. I said some wonderful words that no one acknowledged. Brandy did. Sorry. Thank you, Brandy. Ernie Davio, Mr. Legend himself. Love you, buddy. Good
Ernie,
to see you, my man. Good to see you, Ernie. I'm not going to bring the names up because I want to get to rolling. Jean Tewksbury, Legend of Maine. What's up, girl? Sam from Sam's Pretty Paranormal, the amazing producer of the amazing podcast and now podcast network and her own podcast. Girl is doing it all, man. She's killing it. Her and Amanda Lombardo are just amazing people. Yeah. Super pumped. Let's see. I'm going to roll my boat. Kurt W. What's up, W? Great job last week on Wojo's show. Very impressive. Very impressive.
You're the man.
Speaking of Wojo's show, it's Tuesday and he has no idea what's going on yet.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, really? Because I ain't got nothing on it. I got to promote these. Oh, we doing another surprise? Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, another surprise.
No, I was actually telling you.
Wojo's show is all about surprises.
Surprise.
We don't.
It was like, all right, enough.
We don't care who he has, man. He can have the top dog in there. Screw you, top dog. We're not promoting your shit. You're a surprise, and you're gonna like it. I'm a surprise. Well, actually, I'm just a prize. Susan's sliding in. Happy holidays, Susan Ahern. Get over to the Happy Medium, Susan Ahern. Check her out. Like, subscribe, notify.
Hi, Susan.
That's right, Jim. Shalabba Babba Ding Dong. I saw a few other people in here that I had. Let me get back to it. Nope. Susan, nope. Oh, Mr. Tinsley. Mr. Mike Tinsley has been given the hall pass to the Banter with RichiebB podcast tonight. You just let the missus know I said thank you because I love seeing you. You know, and I wasn't always able to say that, Michael. Too soon?
What's going on? Tinsley.
Too soon?
Yeah.
Let's see. Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Tinsley. Absolutely. D-Hoot. And D-Hoot commented on something in my YouTube when we played this video. And you're unaware of what other people are going through. And that's a true statement, and what they've been through. And D-Hoot, God bless you, man. And you said you attended. I don't know if you're what kind of attend, but she was, she took care of, she takes care of a girl now, and her little brother passed away of brain cancer. And they were all very close. And here's something that'll twist your head right off your shoulders. The girl that she takes care of has special needs. And you can correct me if I'm saying it wrong or anything, but what I got out of your story that you wrote is that the little girl's special needs. So she had bitten D-Hoot. So D-Hoot went and got a tattoo to cover it. And the tattoo that she got to cover it was of a ladybug. If that doesn't just like say, you know what I mean? Like we are drawn as a community together, and other people coming in. That's why I wasn't worried about who, I know the people. I want everybody to come here and listen to this story. I'd love 1,000 people just to listen to the story respectfully and hear it out, right? But the most important ones are sitting here, and they're like, they know how we work. You know what I mean? That we're not just out, gruff ass, Bigfoot researchers in the woods, burping and farting and, pissing on trees. You know what I mean? So it means a lot to me. So yeah, D-Hoot, thank you for sharing that. And it meant a lot to me to see that, and I hope we brought stuff out for the good. You know what I mean?
We love you, D-Hoot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Truly from the heart.
Yeah, I love Triggerfinger, man. You don't mess with her. Stacy Dickerson got the night off. Hello, Stacy. You're not late. Never late. And Tim, Tim, the android non-hugger Vogel is here. I got rid of him. Boy. I know. Pony boy. Previously possessed. Good to see you. Great to see you back again. Awesome. Yep, really good. Oh, Benno. There's Benno. Merry Christmas, Benno. Hey, is it Benno, is it Christmas in Australia yet? Are you like a week ahead or something over there? Something weird? Under there?
Yep. He's already at New Year's. Who are you kidding?
Yep. Benno says, rest in peace of those who passed too soon. 100%. I am looking fabulous. Thank you. I'm very aware. Oh, you meant camera-wise. I thought you meant, down 33 pounds and working out and sexy as hell. But anyways, that's fine. I understand. Big Andy's here. The B, the D, and the A, the Baduh. What's up, Andy?
Hi, Andy. I love that, man.
Send us a link to share. Okay. For this episode right now, John is here. Hey, John, good to see you, man. God bless.
JT, great to see you, man.
Easily distracted, so I bought the t-shirt last week. Oh, I got my eyes on you, my man. I know what you did. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We appreciate you as a squad. Trust me. Busy girl. Okay. All right. Yeah, she is a busy girl. Michelle Wilfong's here. Lori Ladd is here. So good to see you guys. I want you to be here for this story. It's an amazing story. And that is two ladies right there I know will appreciate it. I know all of us will, but when you see people coming in, you're like, oh, I'm glad you're here. You got to hear this. It's wild. I heard parts of it I did not hear. You heard it too, right? Wild, dude. It's wild. Mooncat. I also heard Mooncat. Ladybug. Excellent. Good. I'm glad you're here. Her brother sat and watched as I got it. Yes, her brother sat and watched as you got that tattoo that covered the bite mark. Ladybug, and rest in peace to that young man. And that's the beautiful thing about Denny, right? Is Denny's all about awareness, right? Denny wants to shout it from the rooftops. He wants to shout out the process. He wants to shout out every little step that they had to take of pain, of finances, of just every day, like mundane nooks and crannies of it. He wants you all to understand and be aware of it to help you. God forbid you ever have to walk through it. And that's the beautiful thing about this dude. It's not about Denny, and his communication to his daughter is his, and he wants to do that part. But this part out here, and he's going to share both with us tonight, but this part out here, he's like, come on, man, I want you guys to understand what you're going to walk into,
Yeah.
And
it's a big picture.
Yeah, it's a very big picture. Oh, Tante, Elda, hello.
Tante.
Oh, good to see
hi,
you.
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. I
Mama.
don't want to miss anybody on such a special occasion. So smiling big over here. Good, man. Good to see you, man. Oh, my vlog, Sonny 11. Hello.
Oh, my vlog. I'll tell you. Sonny, thank you so much for just, you got us like all over everywhere.
She's amazing.
You are an absolute doll. Thank you so much for all the love and support.
Oh my goodness. I love it. I love when and I just see that kind of randomly, and it just means a lot to us, that we resonate like that, and we kind of hit somebody where they want to get us out there, Did we, Tim, do you want the link for this episode? Is that what he's saying? Yeah, stand by. Wojo, say something nice to the family. Go ahead.
Yes.
What the
yeah,
hell?
so this is gonna be a great segment here. Denny is an absolute gift. So I can't wait for him to share it. But you're gonna see the whole picture of how just not only for himself, but just everybody here. It's gonna be huge. But I hope everyone's having a good day. I know we all had yes, D Hoot, yeah, Jackson. Jackson was the name. And
that's right.
Yep. Yep.
Oh. Whoa, you there?
Yeah, I thought I saw you say wait, so I just
no, because I'm trying to get the link for Tim, and I opened up the other YouTube. Yeah, I know. I was going to add that, but we'll do it on your time, because that's the kicker to it. And I wanted to add to the story as I was doing these other things. And the end part of that story that D Hoot was sharing was his name was Jackson. I kind of wanted to drop that there's a certain time. I'm getting more performance based when I'm on behind the desk, D Hoot. You got to let me. You see how I got a flow here. You know what I mean? So, no, thank you so much. And it's just an amazing, amazing story. And think about it. You got Jackson, you got the ladybug, and you got the disease, right? And it's just, I don't know. It's just amazing how there's no coincidences in this studio. I promise you. There is zero coincidences. You're all here for a reason. Yes, we all have the same likes and stuff like that, as you can see. We are all critical-minded thinkers. We all dispute things and debate things respectfully. We all get all that stuff. But there's a bigger picture to everything. And there is a bigger picture to the Banter with Richie B community and family. I'm telling you. And I'm seeing it little by little. And there's some things I can't even tell you that's going on in the background that we know about as well, that we can't share because that's other people's business. But so we know a bigger picture, even bigger than what you're seeing. So that's my point, right? Sam, I have weird. Okay.
Yeah. Also, too, Rich, it's you folks in the research and how everything just grows. But it's yeah, we talk about Bigfoot and everything, but you know what? Really, it's all yous, and what draws you here. It's the love and connection, and it's that positive vibe that goes along with it. And everyone has a story,
right?
Denny, D Hoot, and there's more. There's more, and this is why this is a great show tonight, and I'm looking forward to for the story to be the beginning and ending, because it's powerful stuff. I can't wait. I'm glad everyone's here. Thank you. And yes, Benno, the love here is amazing. That's the key. We just stay positive. All the love. I mean, you can't ask anything more.
Nope.
Yeah, at the Mills.
Hey, Arthur Mills, how you doing? So check it out. There's the action. That's right to my YouTube channel. Boom. All you're gonna do is share that out, click it out, whatever you guys want to do, and whatever you want to do is fine with me. I'm happy either way. The story's coming. So, and speaking of that, why don't we get our guest and brother, Mr. Denny O'Donnell, out here, and let's start talking about his story. Let's share his story, and I think it's huge because he brought it to us. Remember, we were just at Cobble Mountain, and this dude already knew things, and he already had kind of things going on. You know what I mean? And that is the most amazing part of this is what happens prior to knowing us. That blows your mind. Like you get all these little things now that kind of blow our mind as things are happening, but the story leading up to us is just it's mind bending, and you realize that faith is the way to go. I'll tell you that. Denny O'Donnell, give me a hand wave if you're ready to come out, sir. Oh, hey-o. Everybody, welcome Mr. Denny O'Donnell to the stage. He's not upside down anymore, so that's good. There's my boy.
You did. He's still frozen.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
I'm there.
Did you see?
Maybe on my end.
Hey, did you see? I sent him a picture of what the studio looked like, and I had to text him. Let me see if I'll send it to the messenger group. It's funny as hell. I look over, and I'm like, what the hell? As the videos are playing, and here's our boy standing on his head. I'm like, what the? I said, I had a text him and said, yo, dude, you're upside down, man.
I moved the iPad and I put it back.
It was gorgeous, dude. No, it's one of my favorites, actually. I'm sure it's going to be in a promo somewhere. Right there, anybody that has the Banter and his live friends messenger, please go over there and check out that beautiful picture of Denny smiling and doing magic tricks. Everybody's obviously look on the side. You can see it. Meeting Denny at the Cobble Mountain Critter Fest. Gene Tewksbury mentions doggy duty, be right back. I get the same thing, but he's 2 and he's a boy. Anyways, let's see. Denny, great to see you. Look at all the love, man. Look at all the love. I love the love. That's what we're all about, brother. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not a fan of the scally caps. Wojo loves them too, but man, you're looking tight tonight with that thing.
Yeah, you know what? That's my city. It's my camouflage city scally cap. So both the woods and the city.
That's good. I know if you wear that at Bigfoot, we'll never find you. That'll be where'd Denny go? Oh, wait, he's talking. I found him. Working over here, guy. Right? So Denny, let's let's talk because my thing is I'm gonna start where I remember you from, right? I remember you from the side of the computer. And you would kind of come and go. And I remember there was a time period, Woj, do you remember this? I said it to you. I said, I wonder what happened to that Denny guy, because he seemed to be asking questions and opening up. And I said to him, there's a few people on here that I can pick up on. And I said, I bet you he was one of those guys that kind of just watched in the background for a while. And then all of a sudden he started asking questions, right? And he answered, remember that? We had a conversation about you. And because you were gone for a little bit. And then, boom, you pop back up on a live. And I was like, oh, Denny O'Donnell, what's up, dude? Remember that? I was all fired up. Where you been?
I remember that very well.
Everybody thinks that we don't notice when you're not around. That's not true. We notice when you're not around. Trust me. You know what I mean? So there's that part of the story there. You know what I mean? You okay?
Me? I'm fine. Yeah. See, Denny's frozen on my end. And I don't know why he's all frozen on my end.
Really?
But yeah.
Would you like
the picture?
Would you like to explain to the class what you're laughing at, Mr. Wojo?
If you see what I'm looking at, you would laugh too, but I can't screenshot it. So.
You sure? You sure you don't want to explain to the class?
Oh! This is why I'm laughing, dude.
You can't bring him anywhere, Denny. He's at his own house. You can't even bring him to his own house. He's a mess.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I'm like, what is he doing over there? You know what I mean, dude? So this is the shit that you were watching behind the scenes, right, Denny? And you have interest for Bigfoot and all these things, kind of paranormal and all these things. So you're watching these two clowns, and you're like, oh, I got to get a hold of these guys.
I didn't know you were local. I didn't even know you were in Massachusetts for a while.
Yeah. Right? Well, but isn't that a great segue into how you actually sought us out? I mean, right? Think about it, right? Do you mind? Oh, we're going to share a story, right? Your story. And I want you to tell me about how you met us, but I wanted to make sure we had an expert here today to kind of make sure, things were in line, right? So we need a babysitter is what we're saying. And I would never want just any babysitter. You know what I mean? I like babysitters that are like squirrels on Red Bull. You know what I mean? Those are the ones I like.
Oh, she's awesome.
Denny, Merry Christmas. This is my gift to you, brother.
I follow you. I follow her in the background.
I know
too.
I know,
and I don't say much sometimes.
Yeah. He's stalking you. Look, he's getting a little red. I got you. All right.
I've got some stuff to share too. So I'm all right about being a babysitter.
Good. Can you stick around a little bit?
Yeah, totally.
All right, like we kind of talked about. Great. So I wanted to make sure. Yeah, no, listen, these are people I love right here. And I got to be honest with you. Denny is very near and dear to my heart. And I know he has the utmost respect for Kerry Lynn. And he expressed that to me. And he told part of his story was spoken of on a podcast. Would you like to tell everybody the podcast while we're right here and everybody's still listening? Kerry Lynn?
Oh, Spirit Search Board.
No, the other one. Everybody.
The Hollow Moon.
Yeah. What?
Squirrel. Beneath the Hollow Moon.
Beneath the Hollow Moon, right, Denny? Is that the one you're watching?
Yeah, I think so.
The
one with yes, that's the one.
Yes, with Lori.
Yes, with Lori. That's right. Yeah. I follow both of them.
I know you do. I know you do. And I had a conversation with you about that, and I reached out to my friend Kerry Lynn, and I said, would you please come in and say hello to Mr. Denny O'Donnell? And we'll get to the point. I think you wanted to ask him something too, right? Like, what? Look at her name. Look at her name. Christmas surprise. I just love you so much. That's amazing. That's amazing. But we had another part to that gift. We wanted to know if he would. We got to ask him, but it's kind of putting him on the spot too, though. Maybe we should do it backstage, or should we just say to hell with it? It's Denny and just ask anyways. You know what I mean? Do you remember, Kerry?
No.
Christmas Day?
No.
Wow. You need some more red. We need some more. You need some more Red Bull.
Dude, I have been working so much.
So anyway, I talked to Kerry Lynn, and what I discussed with Kerry Lynn is we were talking about the possibility of you going on the show.
Yeah. I'm with you. Got it.
Oh, Squirrel's back. Go ahead, Squirrel. Train.
Yeah, no, totally.
Is that something you would like to do, Denny?
Yeah. On what day was it? Christmas Day?
On Christmas Day.
Wow.
So we're between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. and we're just kind of bringing people on who want to share their story. So we just send you the link and give you a time when you can pop in. So you can let us know.
That's something I would be. Christmas obviously sometimes is a struggling day, but this is awesome to talk about. So he's got to check.
Why we're doing it, right? Because Laura Lee's son's passing. His first year anniversary is coming up January 15th, and it's her first year without her son.
I know that.
So it's for all of us to hang out and share those stories that are important, right?
Right. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
and then check with the wife and get back to her because that's what's going to happen. I got you, bro. I got you. I know. I put you on the spot and blasted people in. The dude's like, really, Rich? You shouldn't be surprised, Denny. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, and just last week, so we with Suzanne last week when I got a free, and I told Richie that I got a free. She was giving readings out and wasn't connecting with the other side. I understand the energy part of it, so I yell up to my wife, "Hey, I think I'm getting a reading, but it's not connecting with Ella." And she goes, "Well, whatever you do, don't ask about that stupid RV." Well, I already sent the question. Should I get an RV? So I yelled back up and said, "No, I asked you. We go to Hawaii or Greece in a couple of years." I'm waiting for an answer.
You told me that the other day, and I was just dying, dude. Don't ask about that stupid RV.
Just as I sent it, she yelled it down. I was like,
our spouses don't need to be mediums, bro. They they get it. They get it. So, are you okay with sharing your story with everybody here? I mean, the whole
Yeah.
world's watching, and
Yeah, no. You know, there's parts of it where I'd like to get into the, you know, the Cobble Mountain and, you know, obviously how we met.
Yeah.
You know, and my main goal, like you said earlier, Richie, you know, in my opinion, there's something beautiful that awaits us on the other side.
Yeah.
I know what it is, and I don't want to mix, you know, religion and politics. I had some experiences, and this is all new to me. You know, I've always listened to Art Bell, so I've been open for years. The other side and ETs and paranormal, but nothing like what I just, you know, with Ella in this whole story. So, you know, sometimes to give a little validation, you know, because I feel Ella walks with me on my right shoulder a lot. You know, when you're out in public, someone comes up to you, you know, it validates it when you hear it different ways that, hey, you know, so I call this story the Frozen Chosen. So my wife and I at a, this is after Ella passes, 6 months after, we're after a near-death experience. So a woman sitting up front, and I'm in the back, and she, an older woman, she looked like Mrs. Howell from Gilligan's Island. So picture that. She's got a fur coat on. She's got a fur coat. She's got all sorts of pearls hanging. So she keeps, you know, looking a big hat and back at me, looking back at me. So all of a sudden, and I can feel the energy with Ella, and I know she's present. So all of a sudden, the show, it's over, and she comes walking past, and she must have been somebody. Few people went out of their way to talk to her, maybe an author or something, or a well-known medium. Well, she walks up to me and says, you know, with this almost like a Maine accent, "Sir, I can't leave unless I deliver this message to you. This girl over your right shoulder, who's calling me to say hello, and she's always with you." So I said to her, "Well, that's my daughter." She said she has beautiful brown hair and a white sweat.
Oh my goodness.
And she's not letting me leave till this message delivered. Message is delivered. Have a nice day, sir. And then off she walked.
What the heck?
I was like, what just went on here?
Right,
you know? Yeah. You know, so I could feel the energy. So about 3 weeks later, I go to a medium that I was dealing with at the time. And the first thing out of her mouth is, she said, "I'm so sorry about the loss. And Ella was with you for the loss." I said, "Which loss?" And she said, "The person that froze to death." Well, the near-death experience hike that froze to death.
Wow.
So, and I said, "Well," and, you know, she goes, "Ella was with you." She's telling me that she was with you during that story. So here's two different people tell me that here is Ella traveling with me. You know, you get that feelings. So just from stories like that, it just, it starts to, you know, escalate, and then faith comes into it where, you know, hook, line, and sinker, there's no such thing as coincidences, you know, so, and I have story after story that starts building like that over time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I love about it, because you seemed like, I mean, obviously with what you've gone through and all the little details that you've shared with me as a friend as well, not just what the, you know, world gets to hear, which is, you know, devastating enough, but it's like, you think of all those little corners and pieces that you have to go through to get to where you are today. Right.
Well, right.
That you've become part of your own journey, right? Where I'm not on a journey. I am part of my journey. I am a piece to my journey. I am active in my journey. That's what you are to me.
Well, you know, and I always say, it's not why is God doing this to me, it's why is he doing this for me.
Yeah.
So, you know, so that comes into that. It's easy looking back now when you're in the middle of a boy. You know, it's a run. It's a run. You know, I had experiences, like I said, I was always, you know, spiritual. I grew up Roman Catholic family. Practiced it a lot, you know, in and out. But some of this stuff that I'd witnessed, you know, and you could feel when the energy comes in, it's just such a love. It's such a loving energy, you know, and I get that, you know, I get that loving feeling, some crazy energy 3 times during this experience, more often some other times, but 3 big times. Once is the night I show up at the hospice house. Once is 7 days later when we kind of witness Ella leave her soul leave her body. And the third time is up in Cobble Mountain with you about 5 feet from me, Richie. And you know just what I'm talking about. You know, when you looked over at me with that energy and that feeling. So,
yep, I
yeah.
do.
Yeah, you know, so real quick, this is a theory is kind of crazy, and I'll tell it really quick. I don't want to put any emotion in it, you know. So if you want me to tell a quick story, you know, the night we left for the hospice house, we bring Ella home. We're going to take care of her at home. It's too much. She starts having some seizures. A nurse comes out, boom, you know, now panic time. We got to go to a hospice house. So they saved the bed for us. So my in-laws are here. Some people that were visiting early, 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. My in-laws, I tell them I need, you know, to go home, get some stuff, you know, stand by the phone. I run downstairs, start packing some stuff. I start getting some different prayer items, securing the house up basically, because I know when I leave this house, I'm not coming back with my daughter. So in the middle of this, my 12-year-old daughter, Ella is 10. My other 12-year-old daughter yells down to me and says, "Dad, the ambulance is here. And Nanny just come in. She's wearing the purple jumpsuit." And I said, this was where my mind was, trying to get everybody on the same page. And as a dad, when you're going through this, that's your job, to keep everybody above water. When one goes under, you know, everyone treads water when you're going through this, and you just pluck a person up at a time. So it came into me and left so quick when she says, "Nanny's here and she's wearing the purple jumpsuit." I said, "I need her at the hospice house. Tell her to meet us there." We leave, we follow the ambulance. It's an October rainy, cold night, my daughter and I. We get into the hospice house. Ella starts really seizing. The door opens a few times. So, you know, my wife is crying. They're coming in to check on us. And I can see on my knees praying the light a few times. Door. Well, at some point, and time kind of blends, the door opens quick and fast. And the light is a brighter light. It's not like a room light. My daughter says to me, "Dad, Nanny's here." So I can feel an energy. And I'm looking, you know, if the energy switches, she goes, "She's on the other side here." I said, "Tell her to get down next to me and pray." Meanwhile, my mother crossed over 11 months earlier from Alzheimer's. So now you know, I'm not seeing the apparition. I can feel it. My daughter is seeing it clear as day. Then the praying starts, and we can feel time, just a peace, just settle down into that room, to the point I woke up on the floor, you know, under the bed, maybe 6 a.m. And that peace stayed with us, you know, for about 7 days until we witnessed, you know, something else, which Carrie Lynn, it's called The Gift. And I know you guys were talking about that, and, you know, what a beautiful experience that is. And I can get into it if you have any questions, but basically, you know, the gift is when you witness somebody, I think, crossing over. And from my experience, she came around to 100% herself. I was doing a lot of praying, and I used some holy oils. I think it's the power behind these oils. You could have given me mustard sauce, I think, and it would have worked.
Right.
You know, I was so in tuned. But, you know, we witnessed Ella being paralyzed, and I put some oil in her head, and my wife was in the shower, and she sat up, said goodbye, "I loved you," hugged us. This event seemed like it took 3 minutes, probably 45 minutes long. The energy that came through the room, so, you know, was such a charge to it that the staff came running because I was jumping around like the Patriots just won the Super Bowl. Because I was just convinced what I witnessed. The whole energy, it was like it sucked our lungs out, couldn't speak. And then Ella just, she flushed herself. She hadn't gone to the bathroom. She flushed herself. That grayness people have in the eyes before they cross over, or when they, that grayness was completely gone. She sat up, being paralyzed, hugged us. I miss you. My wife come out of the showers. I'm with a towel on, and I said, like, look. She jumped in bed with her, and they started to communicate and say, when the whole thing was over, the lampshade was tipped. I had a shawl blanket, a prayer blanket that I got. I had no blankets there when we got there that night, and I used that as a blanket. It was on shade. The shade was tipped. The curtain was moved. There were yellow flowers that I had made into rosaries that were days. They were dead. They were back to life. Something came through that room. And it was, when I say a feeling of love, it was awesome what I felt, and that's why I was jumping around, and I thought it was 3 minutes, and I went to call my sister, and now it was 10:30 at night. The staff come running in because of the commotion of furniture moving, or I don't know, of me yelling, but they thought we were in the middle of maybe having a domestic or something. It was so, the staff was like, you need to leave. And I'm saying, you don't understand what we just witnessed. You need to step out, sir. And my wife was crying. And then right before the staff come in, as fast as the energy came in, the energy left like a vacuum. And right out, and Ella closed her eyes and went back into a coma and stayed there for 2 days, at which point she crossed over. Being told, working with some mediums, and I felt that she left then, peeked her head up and said, this is awesome. And maybe it'd come back and forth, but that was what we witnessed right there. It was and it was probably 45 minutes. And my wife and I, to this day, I would say, I thought it was 2.5 minutes that we spent. I don't know where the rest of the time went.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
That is amazing, dude. That is amazing.
Carrie-Lynn, what do you think on anything like that?
So I've had a couple of experiences, not being in a room when somebody's passing, but I had a client come that was wanting to connect with a sibling that had passed. And what spirit did for me was put me in that sibling's body prior to their passing. So I experienced, I do that anyway, usually, right. But I was experiencing their passing and could see the room, and they pulled me right to this heaven space, and I saw his spirit wrapped in this gauzy material floating. But what I perceive as angels, it was multitudes and multitudes of them singing around this person, and all of their family members that were in spirit around this person. Colors I cannot explain. And it was warm, unconditional love. Like, we don't, like we say that we love somebody unconditionally, but we get mad and we don't talk to them for the afternoon. That's conditional. So I felt was unconditional love. And then the mom that was in spirit as well too came forward and said, come back again at another time when he's ready. So we did. We came back another time and he came right forward. That unconditional love and the things that happen are so powerful that that this is just like Earth School, and what home is where they are at. And I think for like my question would be like, I went into a little bit of a funk after. I'm like, this shit here is awful. I'd rather be like, not that I had ideation of not wanting to be here, but then it took me a bit to remember I can tap in and tap into home anytime I want. And then this other flow started to really happen, where you pull in that feeling of unconditional love and elation, and it carries you through till you need that next moment of hope, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I felt.
And it's true, like those things, the flowers coming back, and I've seen it repeatedly with other clients too, where their loved ones come through showing me that they were seeing people that were crossed over. They saw these people in the room, that they were able to pop up and say what they needed to say and go back and then cross over. Like, they can describe everything while they were in that coma state as well too, when they're coming through in spirit, because they're seeing and from that vantage point up here. Right.
Yeah. So I've read, I'm sure you have a lot of Dolores Cannon's, a lot of her energy work and stuff with realms from it's older stuff, but there's definitely something like what you're talking about. And when you experience it, it's an awesome feeling. Yeah. you know, unfortunately, it takes tragedies like this for us to become now, you know. I wish I could have been the person I am. And Richie, you know, use that on your, you know, you're a better person. Unfortunately, the lessons, but like Carrie Lynn said, this is a school. This is where we come down to learn. You know, I feel like we signed a contract. This is, you know, can you imagine going through life? And it sounds awesome, but really stop and think. If you were totally rich and everyone was healthy, you had no turmoil, how would you grow? How would you learn? What a shallow, you know, what a existence. Although you'd be wealthy with everything, you know, abundance comes in so many different forms.
That's right.
So, yeah, you know, it really does.
Yeah.
So you know, in this journey, you know, so in a nutshell, I had her operated on last December, and I was in a funk, like, you know, for the past 9 years. The first 4 years were, you know, you don't even remember them. We were total blackout. Then you start to slowly, you know, emerge with life a little bit. You start to partake in a tenth of people's conversations. You know, you pretend for so much, you know, so you start fully getting back in life. But last, you know, December, January, when I got my shoulder done, I made a conscious effort. You know, I was always into Bigfoot and camping and fishing, and I would do it alone. I would go with another guy who used to work with fishing a lot. And, you know, sometimes at 10 at night, I would unzip, go out, be doing some stick knocks, and he knew what I was doing. He wasn't into it. He would laugh.
Talking about his tent. He doesn't unzip his tent.
Yeah, I would unzip my tent and
Jesus,
go out into
Denny.
the woods.
You owe me big for that one, bro. You owe me big.
I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, oh, wow.
I love that, dude.
Zip.
So in a nutshell, I was looking to get out with people to research, you know, a group of good guys, group of friends. You know, I rented an RV with my friend Anthony, who doesn't have the slightest interest in camping. He's a great person. And we were going to go down to Ohio. I never rented an RV before. We were going to the Bigfoot Festival down in Salt Fork Park, and then COVID hit. Last person to cancel all my reservations. You know, when I called for the RV, the guy goes, I was going to reach out to you. So I've been trying to go Bigfooting and go out with people. I just would do it alone a lot. I would go up, you know, to Pawtuckaway, New Hampshire. And that's how kind of I would follow Tingsley out of the, you know, New Hampshire Society.
Who's in the audience right now?
Oh, yeah, Mike. Hey, Mike, how you doing? So I in the QT would follow Mike Tingsley. Kelly Porter, too. Kelly last year at this time posting as much like Mike was. So, you know, I would go up to Pawtuckaway alone a lot. Never had many experiences. You know, one night I heard a couple of owls. The third owl, it didn't sound right to me. Probably 4 a.m. Some stuff like that. One time I walked and you get that sense, that eerie sense, and not much frightens me. That time I kind of got the, you know, did half a trail, then turned around. It was, you were alone up there, and there's some beers and stuff, and I don't care with me. So that's my goal last year, to get into a mental space, meditate. But now I want to go meditation, doing some prayer, find myself, look for this group. I go on Facebook, on the scenes behind a few different, you know, people. And your site, Richie, starts coming on to me. More the blue van. I remember the blue van. I thought you guys were like down in Mississippi, out in the boonies. Yeah, you know. It looked like the Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that's why I bought it. I love the damn thing. I had to sell it. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. Shut up, Denny.
So, you know, so I first started, watched a little bit. But at that time, a lot of my podcasts were late night podcasts I would listen to. So they weren't on Facebook or anything. You know, Will Jevning I would listen to. And you guys had Dom on Dom weeks ago. He's with Will Jevning. So I'm going back probably 12 years ago. You know, and that was out on the West Coast. I never even thought Bigfoot was around here. So on top of it, that's the first thing. For up until about 3 or 4, I'm turned on to Tingsley a little bit, and I'm looking at some of his stuff. And Mike's got some good, you know, he does his job, you know, good work. His stuff is good, but you don't know anybody to reach out and say, hey, can I go Bigfooting with you? You know what I mean? So I'm off and on a few times at yours, Richie. Then I start getting some signs. I really don't have any communication with Ella through electronics. She put the radio on birthday on command. That's it. Nothing with my phones. But this podcast now starts coming up. And I'm hearing them every time I go onto Facebook, and I'm not even on something else. It's like cutting in a little bit. And none of this, but none of this is it's not jumping out at me yet. So this goes on for a little while. And then I'm following Tingsley. So then Tingsley at one point says, I know a new podcaster, and Tingsley says, here's your guy now. You jumped on. Do you remember that?
With which one?
You jump on, I think, Mike Tingsley's site, New Hampshire Bigfoot site. And I'm asking those guys, you guys recommend any local
Oh, yeah,
podcasts?
I saw that. Yeah.
And then you jump on. So here's your guy. So as soon as I get off of when Tingsley, I said, let me check this out again. Boom. Which it's not I'm not on, there's no photos on my Facebook. I get a picture of Ella after surgery holding an ice pack with a thumbs up, like everything's good. So for a second, it caught me off guard. I haven't seen that photo probably in 5 years. I brush it away and then go back to Facebook. Then bang, here comes the picture again with thumbs up with the ice pack. So now I'm like, what are you trying to get at, Ella? Well, so now I start kind of looking at different bits and pieces. I still don't know you guys are actually boots on the ground and stuff like that. In the meantime, I've been on the hunt for certain people, going through a few mediums I look for. Not so much in the hunt, but names I've kept in but they don't. I've been told that Ella's working, crossing kids over, doing some things. And it's happened now maybe 3 other times that I've got this recordings. And within 3, 4, sometimes 6 years later now, it's come to fruition, the names and everything. This name, J.A., comes from different mediums. One of the mediums actually says the name Jackie. She's confusing a little bit. My daughter and Jack. My mother's great, and there's 2 of them, and she's not sure. So that name had stuck out. Other mediums have said, look for the connection. Look for the connection with a stillborn. Look for the Ella. So Ella's Facebook page was a baby. That age, she loved children. So I connections before, and when I've gotten calls from these other parents, it seemed to be been having, so the energy was low. I could feel something going on, and I see this more and more now as time goes on. So that's kind of how I started getting turned onto you, Richie. But I have no idea that at this point you even lost it. Never mind. It's a young child. So now it starts, I start putting pieces. And one of the times is the same thing. I want to go cut the grass on that Saturday afternoon. And I'm trying to click off, and it's not letting me off. I'm trying to shut it off, and it's coming back on. That's the episode where you end up announcing that your son passed away. And then maybe 2 weeks later, I'm listening, and the same thing, I'm brushing my teeth, and then you say, Jack, a stillborn. And then as I'm brushing my teeth, it comes back to me 3 different times over 8 years, beyond on the lookout for this relationship with this Jack and Ella, a connection. And as I'm brushing my teeth, I'm like, Ella, that's it. That's what that's who we've been looking for. Now start diving into your Bigfoot stuff and start slowly now. I go probably 30 shows. I watch you guys without commenting. Like I said to you, Richie, when I sent one, it was, you ready, Ella? It was probably a 1 word, send. And I was like, we did it. Like it was a huge step, because I'm not into social media. A very, very private person. So for a year later, for me to be sitting here doing this is huge strides, all to the thank of, of you guys that I'm on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge, man. I'm just honored and just blessed. And when you feel that, you feel the pain, but you feel the joy, right?
And they are like the kid in the back seat of the car. How about now? Are you paying attention now? What about now? Are we there yet? How about now? And they'll keep going until you get it.
So, it's funny. So I'm up Cobble Mountain. I'm unpacking. We're getting those. The kid I'm with, Anthony, great guy, never camped in his life. This was like, this is like graduating boot camp as a captain, basically, to go through this for this company. He saw everything from, he thinks a a bobcat or a mountain lion we saw. He said, only a baby. I said, Mama bear somewhere around here, kid. There's no just a little cub. So we were seeing wild animals up there, but we weren't there 2 minutes. And then, we start here. I go into the woods as he's getting stuff together, and I look and I see RichiebB off to the far side because they see something from a distance. And there I get it, Carolyn. There he is. Dad, go up and introduce yourself. And I'm trying to slow her down. Like, I don't know if that's him or not. I'm coming out of the woods. Like, he's going to think I'm living in those woods because there was nothing back there, nothing else. It's really in the middle of nowhere. I didn't approach you till later on in that night. But when I say that happened, it was Ella pushing me. There he is. That's him. And you got to slow them down.
Yeah. And she knows her dad's demeanor also. So she knows she has to push. And you were talking about the moment we were sitting on the porch of the cabin and Ernie Davio saw something go across the road.
Yes.
And we all jumped down there and went and looked and we were doing little whoops and stuff like that. So I didn't know you were off to the left.
Yes.
So this is a beautiful Bigfoot story. So you heard something too then. Ernie, we validated your story, bro.
Yes. So, and I said, wait a second, that's got to be them. But then it was into then we heard it was like a juvenile whistle, and that's what we found, those juvenile prints. And then we heard a deep whistle, and Anthony says to me, "It sound normal." So Anthony doesn't know anything about Bigfoot. We pull up. I'm the first one to call them out, man. You're not supposed to check in till 5 o'clock. I'm there at 1 o'clock afternoon. I'm ready to go. I see Tim Vogel. Tim comes up to me, doesn't know me from a hole in the wall, and I follow Tim a little bit. And that's something else too that I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Those were the two brothers years ago. The snow prints to the snow. They'd follow their story. I probably heard it 8 years ago somewhere. So when he says, I said, like, hey, anything around here? He's like Bigfoot. I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, right here. We are staying. So Anthony's looking at me now.
Anthony's like, I'm out.
Like, this isn't just a festival. Like, these are people not joking. There's something around here, So,
freaking, yeah. You nut. He's like, get me out of here. I'm a city kid.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you said that. When I went there, my wife said to me, you're going to, you don't know any of these people. You know nobody. You're going out to the woods. Like, what if all these people do is live off the land, sit around all day and, look for Bigfoot and don't communicate with other people? I was like, first I said, if I'm not home in 3 days, call the police. I said, if I'm not home in 10 days, call the police. It sounded like a great experience, to get me out of the city. So, but, Richie, heading, and I told you this earlier today, heading up to Caldwell Mountain too, man, we got a hawk, that SSN boy. And it was, so we're driving up there and Anthony I put sound bath on, and it's a strong. Anthony's younger than me. He's another friend who I met through Ella's Army. That's the relationship I've built. I knew of Anthony, but we've been close friends now for 9 years. He's with me, and he's asleep. He had a few drinks the night before, a little hungover, I think. He's asleep. See, and I see about 2 miles out.
What was that?
A hawk.
What was that?
The lights.
No, my camera everything just went. My camera went out and said no signal.
No signal.
I'm fine. I've been fine. Hey, bud.
So I just so there's a hawk. So I see about a mile out heading up to Caldwell Mountain. 3 hawks way off. And then as I get closer, the sound bath music's playing. I the energy lifting, because when I'm going to meet you guys, I booked this, not even knowing you guys booked it. When they said call festival, I booked it. I don't think it made me book something like that quick. And I felt the need to do it. And then I find out 3 weeks later that you said, like, Ella, we're going to meet them up there, So, so I went all in looking forward. So we're driving up there. And then this hawk from about a mile out. And then now it starts circling. So I get Anthony asleep. The sound. So now it circles the car. I can feel. So what any good friend would do, I want Anthony to see this. I'm like, so I get on the speed bumps to get his attention. You know what I mean? I'm like, Anthony, look at this. Nothing. So he's leaning over. Now this hawk, Richie, and this goes for about 3 miles. and I can't find it now. I can see the shadow on the hood of the car. It's right above me. I get the sound bath. So now I'm yelling, and I don't know the connection. Like I said to you, I used a little hawk with some shamanic journeying I did years ago, and that was my spirit animal, using a hawk. So I like hawks, but this is crazy. I could feel it. So I'm talking. Then I start yelling. Here we go. Then I'm saying, nice to meet you, Jack. Bring us home. I'm yelling to Jack. And it's Anthony slept through the whole thing. I gave it 1 or 2 window bumps. I said, he's got to witness this. Nothing.
Window bumps.
Yeah,
I know what they are, yeah.
Yeah. So, in hindsight, I said, he's in a trance. The first thing he says when he gets up, I feel like I was in a trance. What he was to witness that. When you have faith, what you're witnessing is what you're witnessing, and it's all good. Yeah. And, if he woke up, he may have blown it for me. So that hawk would come right over. And then as we like them to go right up into the hawk, just went right over up into Cobble Mountain, like, I'll see you there. Yeah. And that was a crazy,
That's
crazy
awesome, man. That is so cool, dude. I love it, dude. I love the whole story when you first, and we'll get to that point, but because we got plenty of time. So when you first get to that point, when we come out of our first research together, and you approach me, and you remember, when you get to that part of the story, you told me about my face. I want you to share that part about that story. But when you come walking up to Cobble Mountain now, you're walking through the field.
Yeah, and because I'm staying in the back.
Yeah, right. But I recognize the shirt. And I slap Woj, like, oh, look at that. There's a shirt Jess designed. Right? And I yell over to you. And it's funny because the demeanor I might have been the one kind of helping you because you had that shirt. So I was like, yo, that's my shirt. You know what I mean? Because obviously I'm not a quiet guy. You know what I mean? So it kind of opens up things. And you're like, hey, what's up, Richie B and Wojo? And we were like, okay, Psycho Killer. Who are you? You know what I mean? And he's like, and you're like, oh, it's me, Denny O'Donnell. Remember that, Woj? We were so pumped, right?
I was on top of the railings.
Oh yeah, you were.
And Richie's just like, being Richie. And then I can hear this like raspy voice from the bottom. And I'm like looking like, who are these two? Like, well, why are they here? And then I didn't recognize the shirt yet. And then I go, I recognize that voice. He goes, that's got to be Richie B. That's got to be the Wojo. And I'm like, and so now I'm walking up to him. And I go, can I help? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm Denny O'Donnell. I was like, I looked at I'm like, Denny O'Donnell? I'm like, oh my God. Because he's a guy that pops around like once in a blue moon. He's here in the middle of nowhere at the Cobble Mountain Critter Fest because Richie's running around. He comes down, and we were kind of like, what? Like, I just never felt like, I don't know. It was just,
like a
you're talking about the energy. Yeah. That's exactly what I was feeling. Like, where did this guy come from?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't want to approach Richie out of the woods. He would have thought I got dumped in it because it looked like I would have been coming out of the, middle of nowhere. And I said to Richie real quick after, when a dog comes up to you with the leash of the Frisbee and you're like, what do you want? What do you want to do? Like, I had a walking stick. I had a headlight. A coach looking for Bigfoot. I looked like I jumped right out of the Sears catalog for Bigfoot. And my friend Anthony's saying to me, like, look at the way you're dressed.
Look at the way you're dressed. You're a skinny kid. Get it together.
Well, Anthony come out with Nike high tops. What are those in your feet? He said, Nike high, they're boots. Because Anthony's
college shirt.
Kid. I go, those aren't boots with a big gold chain on his neck. May
I say, Denny, I'm sorry, but for Kerry, when he showed up there, and I just see this, like, he's got the spotlight, he's got this, big staff.
He's ready, yeah.
And then he's got like this, army fatigues and the Richie B, Richie B shirt with the olive color. I'm like, dude, that is an awesome shirt, right? I'm like, are you in the military or something? Now I'm looking at Anthony. Anthony looks like he got out of a tennis club playing pickleball. It's just like complete opposites. And I'm looking at Rich going, what are we dealing with here? This is like a complete surprise.
Yes. Yeah. They were a very cute couple. Let's put that.
We've been mistaken for
the odd couple.
We've been mistaken for that. But the beautiful part.
I said my better half will pay for that. I'll be out in the car, and I storm out.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Anthony too. Anthony's a good dude, man. I really like him a lot. I don't get to know him enough, but I like him a lot. Somebody come in? No,
No, it's all
that was great. But the crazy part is, Special Forces Denny. Yeah, he's special, all right. He's
special forces for Bigfoot. It's like,
oh yeah,
oh my god! I go, this guy's like ready to go out. Me and Richie like our hands all over the place. We
Well,
haven't had any sleep.
No, yeah, dude. Tinsley woke my ass up. That's my Kramer moment. I'm like,
yeah.
Remember that when he woke me up?
Well, Richie, when we went, and you remember that? So when we went, when we all went out, and Ernie was playing the flute, and we'll talk.
Yeah, hang on, because I want to talk about when you came up when I said, hey, why don't you come up and hang out with us?
Yes.
I had you come up, and I said, dude, I'm just going to say this out loud, and I've said this to Wojo even after that, without anybody around, was just like, dude, it was so at ease, man. We were just, and matter of fact, the next day you kind of went incognito, and I was like, what the hell's Denny doing? What the hell, man? I felt like
I didn't want to hang around you, like,
No, man, you know
what I mean?
I felt you were one of
like it's still.
No, I felt like you were one of us instantly. Like I was like, just come here, dude. And then I went to you. I go, hey, you want to go meet all the guest speakers and stuff like that? We got a meeting down at the cafeteria. You're like, yeah, I can do that. I said, yeah, you're with me. You can do that. Let's go. Like, it was just so natural, Kerry Lynn. It was just like, boom. And we go headed down to the meeting. And that's when Tinsley sees him. Who the hell's RichiebB rolling in?
And I followed Tinsley, and he didn't, when I went up and said, Mike, Danny O'Donnell, nice to meet you. I commented a lot of his stuff, but I'm sure he get other people. I don't think he caught on the name or anything. So nobody knew me, and nobody in there. And this is a funny story. Tim Vogel looks around. So to me, it's 10, 12 people in the room of all investigators that I've followed every one of them on the QT. Yep. I know, they may not know that. Like Mike Young was in there, out of Connecticut. I did a phone conversation with him for the BFI. Ernie Davio, I've watched his video 20 times. Kathy Strain I've followed every one of them in there. I had a clue who I was. So Tim says, this is some of the best researchers around. I want everyone to sign that Cobble Mountain poster. We're going to raffle it off. These are the best research. Tim looks at me, can't help himself, and then looks away and says, well, everybody that's speaking tomorrow sign that. No idea. No, I was going to go up and draw a ladybug and put D was here.
Damn good job keeping the riffraff off that famous piece of art.
And he was polite about it. He was very
Tim's a good dude, yeah.
Yeah, we locked eyes, and he's like, Betty, instead of everybody signing, everybody that's speaking. Well, I was the only one that wasn't speaking. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and was Anthony there at that time, or did Anthony go back? Yeah, he was, right? He was probably talking about Anthony.
No, Anthony went back.
He went back to the tent. I mean, back to wherever, the campground, right? And we never saw him again. And then he was freaked up. Well, we'll get to that. But yeah, that's wild, dude, because you were sitting in there with all of them, chilling, and you were just like, I followed all these dudes, man. It was like you were backstage at a Bigfoot concert.
Oh,
he's over here.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, put your shirt down. You're embarrassing me.
Well, we took him under our wing, and we brought him with us.
Yeah, we did. It was just instantaneous. We're like, all right, come on, dude. That was awesome.
It was like, who's this? Yeah, like thinking he's part of our group. We're like, it's Denny O'Donnell.
And then I got
that's a big trust thing. So when you trust that your people in spirit are guiding you, and the more that you do it, the more that you get, and they know where you're going to go.
Yes.
And when it's not clicking, it feels constrictive, and when it's in flow, it's light, and you just know it's right, and it's that beautiful lovey, it's that.
It is.
Yes.
It is. No, you're right.
Yes.
And Ella and Jack must have been the most excited people around. They were like, oh yeah, we got this. We got this. You know what I mean? He's going to leave Anthony and go with RichiebB. I could feel it.
Yeah, that energy is electric, and you can feel it when it's buzzing and swirling and building. It's it's a beautiful
read that out loud. Denny bought the first ticket to the Cobble Mountain Critter Festival.
All right.
True statement.
So that is so unlike me to be on doing something like this. You know, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
And then I said to you, what?
When
after that meeting, I said, "You want to go Bigfoot with us tonight, dude?"
Oh yeah,
Dude.
It was like the dog with the frisbee. I was like, I think I have time. I couldn't wait. You know what I mean?
I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I think I can fit it into my schedule. I felt bad because I left Anthony, and I don't know. You know, it's like if Brady pulls up to the Patriots in a limousine. They say, "Hey, we only got room for one." Sorry, buddy.
God.
Sorry, Anthony.
Oh, shit.
So
yeah,
that's great.
He's
man.
like, yeah. When Richie goes, "Hey, you want to go Bigfoot with us?" He goes, "Really?" He goes, "All right. What do I wear? You know, just bring yourself. Just put some boots on." Like it was like a kid in a candy store. And
you know, and I've done it out alone, but not. And when we were already getting some whistles and knocks, you know, there was some foot juveniles in that gravel pit, and even Tim Bogle was like, no one's been up into that. No juveniles been up here. It's the winter. You're coming out of the winter.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't, you know, a 12, 15-year-old kid wouldn't be walking up there.
No.
So, then when we went out, Richie, and we got that feeling, that's when man.
Yeah.
You know, when we're all walking, I've told the story before. You circle around, but when I say like that same energy that comes through, I could feel Ella gripping onto me. Like and I could feel it's coming. It's a wave of energy that came through. It was low freight train.
Yeah.
And I could feel, but I also could feel that the love and I don't know. I got such a sense of like peace from it. Like I don't know. So and you know, when I was in the moment and we were zoned, I looked over and you were staring at me, and I remember saying to myself, "Ella, he caught us."
Yeah, because
he knows I'm not.
I said to you actually out loud, I go, "You okay?" And you were like,
Yes.
"Yeah, man, this is just intense." And I'm like, "Dude, you're doing good. You're locked right in, dude." Because he was locked into everything I was hearing. He was already looking at it. Like I'd go over there because I was hearing it move. Bigfoot to me was what we were dealing with that night. Was kind of spider crawling. He was like, you can hear that little bit of subtle movements, right? And it wasn't Tinsley because Tinsley just came crashing through the woods. That's totally different. You know? But we could hear those little subtle movements. We followed it all the way around. And then Ernie Davio started playing the flute and stuff with Matt Moniz in the middle of that pit. And it's almost like they walked all the way around that pit. You know what I mean? To kind of protect the others. And Denny and I were locked right together, like boom, right out of the gate, man. Right out of the gate, bro. It was so natural, wasn't it, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I could feel, and when I go out with you guys for the first time, when I approach you, you know, that's what I said to you. I said to you, Richie, I felt some energy up there that I haven't felt in 9 years, meaning the time in the hospice house. That's how that energy was. And you were like, yeah, dude, wasn't that energy crazy? And you were tying your shoe and, you know, and I said, you know, you got to be careful the way you talk to, you know, a shiny light mom or a shiny light dad, you know, that's a parent that lost a child, especially in the beginning, it's raw. You know, you can get a tug, or you can get a punch in the face sometimes for saying the wrong thing. So it's a delicate, high, you know, walk on it. When I said to you, Richie, I felt that I haven't felt in 9 years up there. What a feeling. We're like, yeah, dude, I know it was crazy. And I said, no, you don't understand. And then you take the rest with you. I said, I had some trauma in my life. You know, I think my daughter crossed your son over. You looked up at me like, what did he just say to me? Yeah. You were so taken back. And then I went on to say, now we do a nonprofit. We try to help family, but I said I was kind of brought here. I don't know why or what. You know, it's helping me more than it's helping you guys, you know.
Yeah,
but
I had to stop you.
Yeah,
I had to stop you, and I said, whoa. Let me see if this, are you saying, wait, what? And that's almost what I was like. I was like, are you saying that your daughter crossed my son over? And he goes, and you were led to us? He goes, I asked my daughter to get me with some good, solid Bigfoot research because he wanted to get out in the woods like me. This is my therapy. And
yes.
And that's what he's doing. I know exactly what he's doing. I know that I got goosebumps all over me, man. And I know what he's doing. You know what I mean? He goes, I asked my daughter to help me find the researchers, and she brought me you. That's the phrase that he used to me. And I'm over here now. I got a lump in my throat. My eyes are filling up, and I'm just like, what is happening? I'm just a Bigfoot guy in the woods in a podcaster. How am I, emulating that light to others in a sense where, they're coming now. And I'm like, and he's helping me though more because I'm over here going, wait, you know what I mean? Because I had a short time with my son. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have, and Jess talks about that a lot. My fiance Jess, and she talks about that a lot, like time with the child, our children, and oh my goodness, he had all those years with her, and I'm like, your pain is your pain. However you're feeling, your pain is yours. That's it. It's not like that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that because you're here. It's good that you're, sympathetic, empathetic, however you want to put the words of others' feelings, sure, but it's still your pain. Your recovery is your recovery on a daily basis. And when I say recovery, it's just the day. It's just to try to get better by the end of the day. And then the next day starts. And you're like, shit. And you don't know what mood you're going to be in. You don't know how things are going to hit you again. You have no idea. And you're starting over again. And you look at the end of the day and you're like, all right, there's recovery. And you go, how to, try to get to that. You never get to it, but you aim for it. And that's what it's like. And then you have something like this happen. And then you have people on the side, how amazing they are and encourage. And then you have Kerry Lynn sitting down with me and Jess and talking about Jack and the hawk. And, 2 days earlier, there's a hawk outside my house and I'm filming the kid, I'm like, yo, bro, what's, but I had no idea. You know what I mean? So, you put all this together, man. And when he says those words to me, I just lock up frozen. Like, what? And I think Wojo was off over by his truck. And I'm like, what are you saying? And then he told me his story. I said, oh my God, dude, I'm so sorry, And he's like, what? Yeah, but all these pieces came together. And as we get to know each other more, he's filling in more and more pieces. And then tonight he fills in a piece I didn't even know about, which was the mediums talking about a stillborn, and watch for that connection, and the J and the J and even the Jack. And it's like, what is happening? Kerry Lynn, what the hell's happening? What is happening?
Because we're all connected. We're all connected. We are all part of that collective consciousness of one, right? And so when you start getting on your path, they on the other side are going to do everything they can to ensure that the right people at the right time, that we're all connected so we can do our purpose. And you guys have a purpose, and it is together. And your kiddos made sure that you got connected and hooked up so that you could do it.
May I add to this? Because
I was going to ask you, yes.
Because it was that energy at that moment, okay, to finally meet Denny and whatever, and knowing his, how excited he was, and I think there was a reason. We had sorry guys, we had a group of 11 people, and we were all going to go squatching, so we split the groups. So I'm like, all right, Rich, you Denny, will go there. I have to babysit Tinsley and the rest of his gang. Oh my God!
No, you had Gene Tukes, but you talk.
Yes, I was the epicenter of because I had the thermal. So, yeah. But anyways, I think there was a reason why we separated, because you know what, it gives the moment for the boys, which is Richie and Denny, to have their moments together. Okay, awesome. for unknown reasons. Okay, and so, and then things are happening. I'm not going to totally get into the rest of the story of our Sasquatch. I'll let Denny finish, or you finish, Rich. But all I'm saying is that to hear the breaks, to hear we're seeing things on the thermal, which is bizarre. But Richie's like, is that you and that you? It's like, all right, we're squatching now. We're like communicating on
we're locked in
on the radios. Yeah. So Richie's telling Denny, like, Denny's asking him questions. So it was a good moment for them to be together.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they really connected, and really, like, the journey starts from there.
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
Together.
And it's looking at like it can be pretty divisive too, where people are doing the Sasquatch. It's very left brain. It's very scientific, very methodical, but there is a very mystical side to it as well too. And so these kiddos in spirit are bringing that part of it into it.
And I think it's for good reason, right? I mean, we all
Very
agree.
much so.
Yeah.
Same as the owls. Don't get me going about those the owl stuff,
Yeah,
right?
the
Like,
owls, yeah.
Oh no, it gets crazier.
Oh,
The
great.
owls got crazy
Yeah.
because you know what? I'm Richie's manager, and so when the owl started, go get him, Rich. I pushed it right out. Hey, I'm telling everybody, watch this.
Yeah,
Hey, watch this. I'm sending my boy in there. Rich goes in there, and they're going woo woo woo.
Yeah, so I have a very good set of lungs where I can be very loud. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And Tinsley was there. Tinsley was kind of funny. He still talks about that, talks about me getting them going. And Denny, you remember this? And I started, we had some legends involved in this stuff, right? I was like a little kid too, because you got Ernie Davio over here playing the flute, man. And it's like, it's a Native American indigenous type flute. It's not just like a flute. You know what I mean? Like he's playing this beautiful, like bamboo-ish type sound, and Matt Moniz is next to him. And then you got, like I said, Tinsley's out there on one side, Gene Tewksbury, who's a amazing researcher in her own right. And then, we're all together and Joe's like, yeah, do it, Rich, do it. So I said, okay. So it starts doing a woo, 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 So, and we start mimicking each other, rhythmic, back and forth, same sounds. So I said, what I do is I try to get them up here and then I mess with them. And then I'm like, woo, 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 woo. And you can almost hear the stutter in his, what the fuck did he just say? You know what I mean? Like, wait, man, what the hell? Why didn't somebody tell me about this guy? You know what I mean? They probably laugh about me later on at the Bigfoot bar. You ran into him too, But either way, when he came back and tried to do it, you could tell that it wasn't a bird no more. You could tell that he messed up. He stuttered.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can almost hear the graspiness, a little bit of spit. And I think Tinsley brought it up a few times about how they started arguing back and forth.
Sounded like a fight,
Yeah, it sounded like a fight in a zoo. It was going absolutely, ape shit. But sorry about that. All right, I'll see myself out. Not an ape, so I can make that joke. But yeah, it was absolutely wild that it happened. And I've done that too with whistling matches too. I've won the whistling matches too. So I'm undefeated. But so Denny, so when you're coming around now, and now Ella's here now. We know that, right? And you've always known it, but we get to know it, And are you okay? You look very serious.
Yeah. No, I'm all right. I don't sit anywhere for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'll stop fidgeting.
Oh no, we know that. He goes out. He goes out in the woods.
You saw me.
Yeah, he goes out into the woods. He's like, "Hey, Bigfoot, you here, guy? I got things to do, huh? Hey, I gotta get back to the city. It's bullshit. I didn't think
he
sucks.
can't sit still.
Oh my God, we're like, would you just be quiet? He's got that city voice in the woods at night when there's no sounds whatsoever.
Well, I just got a text wife. Oh. Shut up, because I'm talking to you. You're talking way too loud.
Sorry. Oh, between the two of us, forget it. Imagine I was like in a confined space. That would be ridiculous, So where do you feel like when you were talking to the mediums, different mediums and stuff like that? So I feel it's you want to continue your relationship with your daughter, right? It's not just trying to hear her voice or, know that she's okay. It isn't that to me. It's a relationship that you want and you have and you continue. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. So in my experience, for me, it was a little different because unfortunately, time to prepare. When we got word Ella was sick, we knew it was terminal. She only 11 months was sick. But my goal right at that point was make her a spiritual child for God. That was all mission was to Ella believed in Santa Claus. Yeah. So now all I have to do is take that and let her believe that there's something better that awaits us. And through the journey, it was crazy. In the very beginning, we started, I got a headache and she had chemo and I'm going to do one rosary and we're done. 7 months later, Ella, there's 2 minutes left time. Get your ass upstairs. I'm going to bed. We got prayer time tonight. We're doing the whole rosary bead. That's how much it shifted. Hook, line, and sinker. She used to ask me, will I be in a wheelchair in heaven? We talked openly about where she was going, what was ahead of us. We used the sign. We talked about ladybug. We had an experience coming out of a church with my healing mask. She was, like I said earlier, like the gift. The whole ride home from Lawrence, she was cured. She's like, Dad, I got no nauseous. I got no earring, and I got no seizures. I have, seizure. Ella at one time was having 48 seizures a day. We were witnessing, horrible. So that ride home from that healing mass, and that's where a lady flew in the window, and we see this time and time with these ladybugs coming at a high speed, wings backwards, energies pulling. It took me a while to figure this out. I was getting hits on demand from ladybugs. One of them almost took my eye out. I thought I got hit with a BB. And then it started dawning on me. It's the energy that's drawing this. The wings were it's trying to get away from me. And, so we were seeing that. More so when the ladybug hit her, the whole ride home was a 90-degree day. We drove an hour and a half to do a healing. Someone said this priest, and like I said, I don't want to go down. Priest, he was a holy man, and I believe that whatever he did in there to her, she came out, and for 2 hours, she was fine. And that ladybug sat, and I watched the rearview mirror, that ladybug and sat right where the scar was, where the tumor was. It never left. Wow. That in a cross, she had a big scar going down. It may have walked down to her ear, and she would laugh and say, Dad, look. And I said, Ella, that's what we communicate with, the ladybug. Wow. Ladybug also for us was, we would spread it across to kill the locusts for the pharmacists, the sign of Mother Mary. That's what the ladybug brought for us. So when I send somebody a ladybug, and I don't send them that often, more and more, I'm sending you her strength, her courage, because tenacious kid with this disease. She was awesome with it. She was tough. If we could take a tad of Ella and learn from it and live like that, would all be better people. Well, I know I am.
And I know I have a little piece of her hair, and I've sent you pictures. And remember when I sent you tell the story when I sent you the other morning, I sent you a picture of a ladybug, and I'm not even realizing what day it is, am I?
It's her birthday, and I got a 3-4 minutes before Ella, let the ladybugs, because we always get a few people on her birthday texting us. We get some crazy. And I went to a wedding a few weeks ago. I remember I was sat in these podcasts, and when I do, it's for someone's wedding, that was our first wedding in 9 years that we were able to attend. We finally, and it was Ella's best. She used to go to chemo with her. It was her older sister. Ella was super close with this family. We have a picture in the ceremony. What's on the veil? A ladybug.
A ladybug, dude.
A ladybug.
Yeah, she's a strong little girl, man. She is great. Not playing even in heaven, man. She's like, listen, I'm up here now. This is my job. This is what I'm going to do.
No. So really quick, I got a sister with terminal cancer, and about 4 years ago, we get called to the hospital. I bring some holy oil and I bring a ladybug in my hand, some plastic ones I pass around. They say to me, they're about 20 minutes away from doing a tracheotomy. They can't, she's in a, incubated. They can't control it. So things are going very, she needs some type of chemo. It's a Sunday, I go in and I put the that I put on Ella 2 years earlier. A couple of quick prayers, slide a ladybug somewhere on the table. Right? This is in Mass General, intensive care. I walk out, sit down, call Ella in. 15 minutes later, a doctor said, I won't believe this. We have a chemist downstairs that's come in on a state to play around with genetic chemos. It's 1 in a million shot. We're going to try it. My sister is still alive. Stage 5 cancer to this day.
Wow.
5 years later.
Wow.
That tumor, they gave her the medicine about 3 hours. That tumor shrunk off the heart just enough to get the blood flowing, no tracheotomy. That was the turning point. So I see this over and over with the love it brings, in the faith. And it's all boiled, like I said, you can use mustard sauce, anything. To me, these oils, it's faith that's behind it. Not true, hook, line, and sinker. I said that to Richie. My faith, it can't be shattered, it can't be broken. Yeah. There's something that it's all of us.
Yeah.
Don't fear death, man.
The strength that you've brought to me, because I'm a youngin' at this compared to yourself. You know what I mean? And so that's a power of example to a guy like me. And I've seen it. I left home at 14. I am no joke. You know what I mean? When I went through that at, 52 years old, going, what is happening in my world? Like what is happening? I mean, I remember the priest coming in, and I sang to my son like I do all my children. I taught him it. I was treating him exactly as I did the others, and they all had a song, and they all got rocked, and they all got a kiss on the forehead. And I did the same thing to him. I wasn't changing that. And I remember the priest coming in just staring at me like, "What is it?" You know? And when that happens, you know, people talk about that. I actually left such a profound visual on that priest's head. A friend of mine goes to the church, and she called me up and says, "Hey, they did a sermon on baby Jack and his father because of the power that was given back to it's really that's a powerful thing." I mean, you talk about like the gift and stuff, and part of it I can identify with. I had a stepdad who actually helped me get sober, and I know that I helped him earn his wings, but he was dying of cancer, and I was there for him, and I used to visit him every day after work to the point where I lost my job, but I didn't care. And I remember when I was sitting there one day, I got my reward, and two things that stood out to me when you told your story when Ella sat up was time. It was about 48 hours after this, he was gone. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there rocking in a chair like this back and forth. And I knew then, because I was in the middle of my spiritual awakening through sobriety and meditating a lot, why he was in my life and why I was in his. And he sat up and looked at me and goes, "Richie," plain as day, dude. He was on like, I couldn't tell you how many patches of morphine. There's no way you can walk around a room. I don't care who you are as a human being on that many patches of morphine. They were sedating him until he, to keep the pain away, and till he left. And he sat up. He goes, "Richie." And I said, "Oh my God." I jump up. I'm like, what, Jim? What? And I go over to the bed. I'm like, "What's up, buddy?" And he's looking right at me like we're just chilling out by the fire or something. You know what I mean? Like, "You know that I love you, right?" And I said, "Yeah, Jimbo, I know you love me. You know I love you too, right?" He goes, "Yeah, I know you love me, Richie." And I said, and he gave me a hug. And then he laid back down. And 48 hours later, he was gone. And so I can identify with that stuff too as well. And the strength that you give me and understanding that you give me as a person, Denny, is
thank you.
You can't put a value on it, and it's just amazing stuff. Carrie Lynn, do you see a lot of that stuff? Like when you talk to people and you deal with this a lot. So yeah, that's what I was going to say. Right. So
daily.
Yeah. So the reason why I ask you is because of data in a sense, but go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, like at the very beginning when I started doing, so I've been doing I have always been able to connect, and as a career for like 19 years. And for probably the first 6 or 7 years, I was doing 6 to 8 sessions a day, 6 days a week. Like it was a lot. I was working a lot. And so the stuff that I see you talking about, Denny, I see it all the time with clients as well too. And it is not just the death that's life altering and life changing, but the experience and connecting with them in spirit and how it changes people and how they maneuver and interact and connect and understand that there is something else on the other side, right? And when they touch you, you physically can feel feel them. And so when somebody has that experience for the first time, it's so powerful. And it is loving. You were right. It is about love. And I love because Mother Mary is a pretty big deal for me too when I'm working. Yeah. It's huge.
Angel Michael and
yeah, he's my buddy.
Them too. Yeah. So it's funny. We used to Ella and I, when we were in Cincinnati, we had gone there to be treating the children's. I got a flyer and I was going to all sorts of churches down the Baptist church, wherever I could go, make a difference, but I had a flyer of a nun and we used to call her and, forgive me, the ugly nun. Because when I saw the picture, Ella used to be like, but she was powerful. And Ella used to say, "Dad, go drink out the ugly nun." So I used to get the picture. But when I went to see, Maureen Hancock, the first thing she said is, "Oh my God." And she flinched like she goes, "Oh, she's with a powerful nun. I have no, so, and, you may want to do this with your fingers, but that's the picture of the nun." And Ella was, to look at a little bit, it was scary for a 10-year-old girl, but Ella had such a powerful thing with this. So you just don't know where this faith is going to pour in. Yeah, and Ella used to say, "Go get the ugly nun. We need a hard prayer tonight." And that would be a secret weapon. Yeah, and Mother Mary would be When I was praying with Ella one time, we were doing the rosary and we were only going to do half because it would take sometimes an hour. So we would just do 15 minutes. But this night, Ella said, Carolyn, she's with us. Keep praying. And she was talking about Mother Mary. We were on our knees at my bed praying and praying. I said, we'll do this last one. She goes, keep going. She's with us. And she would, she had said some other things. She asked, why is Jesus persecuting me? And she said the Bible that she would never have read. I can recite some parts of the Bible. I don't really anymore because of the experience I have. I don't proof. But it's just the whole thing. So, and that's why coming on to this group for me, one of my friends, like when Richie said, you okay in your birthday? I said, yeah, I'm going to walk the dogs, come back, meditate and hang out all day. That's what I'm going to do. When I say that to friends, and I don't have many of them, but people on the outside, I get the sympathy look like he doesn't realize his daughter's not. Do you know what I mean?
Not here no more. Yeah.
Not here no
right,
more.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
not
God.
me. I was like, all right, brother.
Yeah. And everyone, and I want you people on the side to know, everyone from Sam to Elda, one way or another, my phone has popped off. I've written down, which some other time I'll tell you, but Elda calls it a mist. And I think it was Ella giving her a mist one day where she could feel this love and energy flowing. And I never try to dump Ella's energy on anyone else. You know what I mean? I just was trying to introduce her.
Yeah.
But then Elda was like, I'm feeling such a love peace. And I have the time and date. And it was so strong, I lost connection. My phone started acting. And I don't know the outcome of it.
You don't control Ella.
Yeah.
She's going to blow that full energy in whether, you want it to or not. And people who are extra sensitive are going to feel that stuff, that light. And it's just us connecting in, right? So.
Well, Richie is too. I think Ella's attracted to Richie's sensitive. Yeah. Richie's got that. When I've been next to him out in the woods, right?
Yeah.
He hears things and you know what I mean? So I think that now I know that she's connected into, Richie that a little bit. And we all have it a little bit.
We do.
And I work. When I work on this.
The more that you trust, the more you get. Like just.
Right.
And well, what's funny? That statement you say is very profound, Carrie Lynn, because the more you trust, the more you get. Think of our journey with Bigfoot. Perhaps our journey with Bigfoot is to help us be better humans. Help us connect more like this in a sensitive manner, open us up a little bit to other things beyond what's in front of us that man has made or man has given us, right? That's why you're in the woods with what God has made and Mother Earth has put together. And you look at these things and you look at these messages like with Ella and Denny's connection. The beautiful part is Ella, to me, and I don't know where you're at, Carrie Lynn, with this, and I'm not asking you to work. Relax. And
I already wrote some notes.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Okay. I want you to read those notes. But I feel that Ella is of the ancient variety. That she's very experienced at what she's doing. That she knows exactly what she's doing. Way too experienced, I think, for her human age.
Yes.
Right. And is a better way, I guess, of saying that. And I feel that Denny is more of a sensitive going into this than he has realized. And she's teaching him what he has. I don't know if you're there on that, but I am, because I just got goosebumps and it told me I was telling the truth. But go ahead.
Yes, you're right, Richie. Is that good?
Yeah, stop it.
For sure. And so my youngest kiddo, which is super interesting in all of this as well too, like anyway, we just all are. We are all connected. Our kiddos are connected on different levels. We're all pulled to each other for different reasons, and we're at different levels, and we're here to be of service for something greater than ourselves, and it pulls us all together for sure.
And this is the part of the show where you go, hey, Carrie, what you been writing?
Oh,
yeah.
I wrote.
You don't want to miss this.
Let me get my phone charger. Charges. My luck, it'll die as soon as she gets to me.
Oh my God.
Oh no, it's because it's all about you.
No.
It's all about you. What do you think we're doing? That's the city kid. See the city kid? He's like, hey kid, I got to charge my phone. What are you doing? It shows about you guys. You should already have this taken care of.
No, it was. It's on an iPad. It was at 98.
Yeah. Oh.
It must be the energy.
Oh, yeah. We've had some draws in here tonight. Definitely. 100%. because like I said, my camera went off, and it's only done that one other time, and we were having basically the same conversation about Jack.
Yeah.
On my show. And then one other time, remember when Drew was on, we were doing the evidence reveal, and I think we were talking about Jack, and the light went off out there and started swinging. And I'm like, all right, dude, stop. But yeah, so.
Well,
I fucking love him.
we were doing.
Oh,
This
man.
is my first live, so I'm doing.
Second, be quiet. Dude, you're lucky on my show because nobody's surprised.
I had a charge. I had a charge. Here we go. Which now we're good.
Oh, okay. How about the iPad? Is it any good?
Yeah, it's good.
What you got to get my charger guy? You got the bullhorn. Kurt's got the bullhorn emoji. Did you get a text? Shh.
Well, you'll like this one. I was burning some Palo Santo stuff, and I had to because it almost set the fire alarm off. How about that? If that went off,
You do that in the
You're
woods.
gonna get a text, Denny, you're gonna get a text from your wife asking you to tell Richie to be quiet.
oh, she's already. Yeah.
Tell your buddy to shut up.
She's already told me. I've already.
He's never coming over our house because the two of you will drop the roof. Oh my god, man. Oh wait,
but yeah. Go ahead.
no, stop. Before you broke everything and ran out of the room and caused a tornado. Hi, I'm saying hi because I can tell Denny's got his glasses on. I can hear and see. I can see things. Carrie Lynn was about to tell us what she wrote down, and I'm telling you, you always want to ask Carrie Lynn what she's writing down. And it's not about us, Denny.
Okay.
It's not. We're not taking turns, buddy. This show is about Denny and his divine army. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, what's he doing?
Are we
What's he doing? What are you doing? Yeah. Ordering a pizza?
Me? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Go ahead, Carrie. Just talk over him.
No. So when they come in, it's like seeing things. So I see, hear, feel, taste, and smell. It's all the things, same as you, right, mm-hmm. Denny? Like how you get it. It's just all the same. So she kept. I don't. What is the word? What swirls? Swirls. I'm seeing swirls. Like the word swirls. I've got
swirls.
Like, swirls.
Oh, swirls.
SWIRLS. Swirls.
Okay.
I know what she means.
What?
Okay. So that, oh yeah, it's all good. It's cold and stuff. So then she's like,
oh, how does she know that? I know what she's doing.
She's like this.
I know what she's doing.
Makes sense? Keep going.
She was a dancer. She was in dance. She did dance.
Yeah, so I taught dancing.
She did dance, forever. Bro.
Yeah. So but I still don't know what swirls is. So she keeps showing me swirls. Okay. So there was something about that. But and with your wife too, she's talking about gymnastics. So gymnastics and cheerleading. So I coached cheerleading when we lived on the East Coast for a while, and I was a cheerleader forever, all through high school as well too. But the gymnastics felt more towards your wife, but your other daughter, is she all blonde, like super blonde, pretty? So she keeps showing me, like, connecting with her, I think too, like with the ladies, but it's at the water, like near the water, at the water, got to be at the water.
Okay.
And cheerleading, like this whole thing.
So my wife was a gymnastics coach.
Oh, fucking fun. Oh, sorry for swearing.
No, fucking
my
swear.
Wife, the kids my wife taught gymnastics, was a gymnastics, but taught gymnastics. Yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah. So there's just this thing about movement, right? Like you have to, I think that movement is important. I think movement helps you ground. The movement keeps you open and grounded. So you're connecting in at the same time. I think it's just part of how that rolls for you. But, I think that the way that she's coming in is so beautiful and connecting all of us in a big way.
Yes. You can feel that.
Yeah. And the other part to that is, she keeps pulling me. Yeah, early December. Yeah, everybody was wishing her happy birthday, she said. Everybody was wishing her birthday.
Everybody.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Awesome.
She's beautiful. Your whole family is beautiful.
she had long, beautiful, yeah.
Well, her hair is
Awesome.
dark, but she was making me feel, I don't know if your daughter colors her hair, but she was showing me like blonde, really blonde and pretty.
Yeah, my wife is all blonde.
Oh yeah, so she's
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
My wife's a blonde gymnast. So you hit it right on the head.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the E. There's an E in there.
The only thing you were missing is the pain in the ass part. No.
Oh, she missed that part on purpose, bro. We know the volume's up over there.
Well, the letter E. The letter.
What's the letter E?
Her name is.
Oh my God, Carrie Lynn.
Wow.
Yeah. She's easy to connect in with. Like she comes like I know that it can feel cold or electric, but to me it always feels like a blanket coming out of the dryer, you know, like when you wrap yourself up in that blanket in the dryer,
Warm rush.
you relax and it's super comfy and
Yeah.
at home. That's what it feels like to me when that big energy comes in and it's super loving. And then you get all the truth bumps, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Truth bumps.
Truth bumps. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Thank you so much. That is awesome that you were able.
Beautiful. She just comes in saying like she hears everybody. It's everybody and how they talk. So I think that you're just helping everybody learn to relax and tap into to feel their loved ones at the same level, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep. Sure is.
And that's what I try to, with Ella's Army, we were 500,000 helping families.
Yep.
And donating for pediatric research. I want a little piece of that just to touch every kind of person that changed the world. Try to help one person at a time with this disease too,
I've worked with a charity called Help a Child Smile out of Brantford, Ontario, that help support families who have children going through the cancer journey.
Mm-hmm.
And at every stage of that journey. So they help pay for parking. They help.
Yes.
Like people don't realize how the financial strain that it takes on a family. So so I've done that every year. And
awesome. Awesome. Thank you
for a very long time have worked with.
It's just Carolyn, it's small little things. When these kids, are sick and that, what we try to do is try to take the burden off and send some money and just, when people open that envelope and get a little cash, and it's not much, but sometimes we try to time it with faith where it comes when you just need it, that you feel that love and that energy pour out into it. And, and I can feel it. And I know other people can. And when I told Richie what we do, until you become a part of Ella's Army, you can feel this. You can feel this. And it really is, I'm grateful as much as, I've been through.
Yeah. 100%. Oh, wow. I'm just blown away by this right now. So when you hear that part, Denny talking about that, he pours his heart into that and helping others. And he pours his heart into, like he says, like every little detail. And Carrie Lynn, that's something I didn't know about you. And that's just amazing. And there's a lot of things that go into this when you have to stop the world and go help your child. And that's why we've encouraged everybody as much as often as possible on whatever platform we have, big, small, medium, little, we don't care. It's just, we want you to go over to Prayers for Ella on the Facebook page. And we want you just throw $5 in, just throw $5 in, grab a parent a coffee, buy somebody a coffee, while they're taking their child for early morning, or they have to stay overnight and, and they're with their child, just grab them a coffee, just a couple bucks. And every little bit helps, and it really feels good on the inside, and it helps. You tell people that you do it. Everybody's afraid to tell somebody that they donated to something because they don't want to feel grandiose. No, it feels good. Tell them about how you feel when you give $2. Tell them about how you feel, so they do it, and we want them to feel good, and then so on and so forth. And I get it. You don't want to feel like, oh, I gave to charity. I got that, but that's not what this is about. Just have a one-on-one. Say, I felt good, man. I gave $2. I had $2. Whatever. I got somebody a coffee. That's all. Just go do that.
We've really moved away from like a lot of people don't even know who their neighbors are. They're not connecting into their community.
Right.
And so building community is so important. And you're both doing it in such a different way. And now it's pulled together into one even bigger community, right? Building community is so important. We need community.
Yeah. No, that's community is everything. And you know what, Carrie Lynn, when you say that is, when I talk about my son Jack, and I could physically see Jack above me when I was in the fetal position on my bed, and I hadn't worked. I could barely get up, and my feet were so heavy, my knees were so weak, and I was just like, oh my God, I didn't know what to do. I was really lost. It was weird because I was always a kid that was in control. I was homeless at 14, like I've talked about many times. I was in control of everything. I never stopped. There was nothing. I had so much energy, and this really, really put me in that fetal position. I remember going, oh my God, man, he's watching me right now. He can see me. And I could feel his eyes upon me, and I'm like, dude, you got to get up. And I heard him go, Dad, you got to get up. After I said it, I heard the physical, you got to get up, Dad. And then I'm like, what do I got to get up? What do I get up for? And then all of a sudden I got this feeling of like, oh my God, he thinks he did something wrong. He thinks he made me like this. And then he goes, use your passion. Tell everybody your story. Use your passion. Tell everybody your story. And I went, I'm thinking, what story is he talking about? And I'm like, oh, the biggest secret I have in my life is Bigfoot. It's like the biggest secret I had. Like Wojo knows, I come out of the Bigfoot class. He's like, what? You believe in Bigfoot? Like people all over that know me, they were like, what? And that's what I did. I remember jumping up going, yeah, I'm going to tell him, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And it wasn't like in 2 or 3 days. It wasn't like, oh, I'll get to that tomorrow. I had a sense of urgency in my heart and in my soul, in my being. All right, I'm going to show my son that I can overcome anything. And he did nothing wrong, man. He didn't do anything wrong. I don't want my boy to feel bad. He didn't do nothing wrong, man. And I get up, and I remember I was like, I think it was even that night. That's when I called Bobby Lee, and I said, listen, I want to do a podcast. And she's like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this phone call. You're perfect for this. And I'm like, I am? I said, I just want to tell everybody the story, And it was all about the passions and everything else. And now the first thing right after that, I said I wanted to build a community. I said I wanted to make a community because I watched the way everybody treated each other in the Bigfoot research, paranormal research. I watched it. They all just, pardon me, but shit on each other. And, if they didn't find it, it can't be real. And they'll find reasons why not to make it real. And all this crappy surface human junk that I can't stand. I wanted to make it more spiritual. Like, let's go out in the woods together and see what we find together and have respect for one another. And if someone says, oh, I saw Bigfoot, but he had 8 arms, tentacles or whatever, you're like, oh, really? Did he? Hear him out. You can respectfully, disagree and have a conversation. And that's when you say community, that's what's important, is building the community. And as you can see on the side, we have a community. And you can see when we go in the woods and we research, we have a community. And we have people come into the community, and you know what I mean? And it's awesome. And some people leave the community. That's okay. Not everybody's meant to be in the community. You know what I mean? So I'm just super pumped, man. Carrie Lynn, you're amazing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Carrie Lynn. I follow you. I'm quiet in the back when I do a little bit, but you got some great stuff.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So Wojo and Richie know how to connect up with me. So
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen. Because I thought it was really good. So what I went on here tonight is this. Denny and I had a conversation, and you came up in that conversation, and I could tell how much he respected you. And Lori, is it Lori or Laura? I always want to say Laura, but it's Lori, right? No?
Laura Lee on Thursday nights.
It's Laura.
Laura Lee.
Yeah, that's what I said. Just get that Canadian accent. Just don't worry about it. I parked the car in the Harvard yard, and she's like, whatever, A, and you're over here, hey, whatever the hell that is. And Wojo, I don't even know what he talks like. I got to get some kind of translator. We should get a captions thing on our show sometime and do closed captions and see who screws it up the most. That would be a lot of fun. Anyways, back to you, Wojo. But no, so I went on that, what he was talking about, and he just admires both of you, and I know how he is. He's kind of quiet, kind of chill, and he said, I said, hey, Carrie Lynn's a friend of mine. I introduced you. You think you would go on the show, And he's like, oh, I would do something like that. And I'm like, all right, let me see what I can do. So it was really awesome because then what I did was I know how amazing Carrie Lynn is as a human being. You know what I mean? No, I do. I'm serious. And I've met a lot of people, and you could tell me. So I was like, hey, Carrie Lynn. And she was like, yeah, what, when, where? I could literally show you I could show you the messenger messages back and forth. Yeah, no, I'm there. I was like, whoa. Yeah. Oh yeah. Though, when it's kind of cheating, when it's a call, and that sucks. The rest of us don't. No, tonight, you know what I mean? No, tonight, tonight was a clear message to the world.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Brought to us.
There's a lot of connection.
Yeah. Message to the world, brought to you by Denny and translated through Carrie Lynn. You know what I mean?
No. I think Denny's got it good. I think that you understand exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing it well.
Thank you. You know how I kind of put it real quick is you have a person that works with energy, a scientist who's brilliant, and they have a little 5-year-old boy with a penny. And the thesis is what's it feel like when you get electrocuted? I'm the 5-year-old boy with the penny. You know what I mean? So that's how I learned. I learned by trial and error and legit, really life experiences and failings. That's kind of how I was taught this.
Yeah, and Mojo.
Yeah.
On our way out and wrap up, I wanted to ask you a question. I've been wanting to ask you this: how do you, with your religion, the way you are, you know what I mean, without going, on long, but I just a short piece, Mojo. How do you feel about how this is all tied in? Like you understand. See, what I'm saying is, you understand God, and you understand you're a devout religious person, right, Mojo? Right, and you have certain things that you and we've had this discussion 100 times. So over here, you have a gentleman that's, connecting with his daughter on the other side. And over here, you have a medium who's also doing the same. And over here, you have a guy that is, religious and, and very faithful to Jesus. What is your angle on all this? How do you see it from God's side? Not that you're God, but just, kind of keep it short. I don't want you to read the Bible. I just want you to give me something.
No. I'm going to be honest with you. Thank you for asking, because I do have a quick saying is that faith and hope goes a long way. And I think this is what Ella brings to everybody. And that's what Jesus does, is gives us hope. Okay. Gives us faith. And this is what brings us all together. And what Carrie Lynn mentioned very, very early in the segment about, the angels, the singing, the lights and everything, that's to me Psalms. And I think that it's just joy. And she's passing on through you hope, your faith, and joy for your lives. Mm-hmm. And that's what, to me, this is what I'm perceiving. And it's all about bringing people together, helping others. And it brings us, we got us four and the rest of the gang out there.
Yeah.
And it goes a long way. And last but not least, Kurt, if you're out there, just do me a favor. Just what nickname did I give you?
What the?
Hold on, because this is weird stuff. I'm sorry. It just, and I'll explain why. But
all right. First of all, his nickname better have anything to do with Swirl. Okay, because that's weird.
Swirl.
And
Squirrel.
No, not Squirrel. No. Denny, can you tell us the answer to Swirl? Swirl?
Yes.
You can. Is it your mind?
Oh, Swirl.
No, I think I can. You're saying the word swirl like a tornado swirl?
Like swirling, Carrie Lynn?
Yeah. SWIRL. Swirl.
Yeah.
Swirl.
So you said that 3 days ago, I'm in my bathroom and I date sometimes and try to get some images through smoke. Energy will move. So I said to Ella, give me some swirls. Give me some, that's what we call it, swirl. And I have a picture on here.
That's wild.
All right, so I have a picture, really quick and look away, but like this. So there's a swirl going up and there's two eyes. I don't know if you can see it really quick.
Yeah, push it in closer. Go to your left. Your other left. Right there. Oh, yeah.
Yes. So eyes real quick.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
If you see it, two eyes in the nose, with the tornado swirl. So I'll swirl sage, whatever, into a smoke, and I'll take pictures on the screen, and sometimes I'll get a face, the energy will just shift and take pictures. And I'd like to do that sometimes, but with Bigfoot, Richie, I got something to create enough smoke to we're in the middle and you start taking pictures around us. Because photography, energy, I feel like is the smoke.
Yeah.
Images.
Yeah, and they actually use mist and stuff on paranormal investigations. Yes. I think that's a great idea. How do you feel about that, Carrie Lynn? She's thinking. I can smell the smoke, speaking of it.
Yeah. Well, scrying is such a cool thing. Scrying is such a cool thing. Yeah.
Yes. So, but I use the exact words, sending me because it was coming up
Swirl.
like little swirls.
That's what I drew, Benno. I was drawing little
nice.
swirls.
Oh,
Show him. Yeah, show him. I'm telling you,
That's
her writing is amazing. Look at there they are. Oh my God, look at that, Benno.
Oh my! Wow. So
that is amazing, dude.
If you look right here,
yeah.
Is it on? Is it showing you?
No, you're not even near the camera. The camera's over here.
Oh yeah. So if you look right, at that swirl, that is Sage twisting like a tornado, and it's going up. And then
I see it.
And boom. Yeah. Then, now you're getting 2 eyes and a nose.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So, and that was just the other day, and that's just what I was saying. You know, and it's funny. I have one more that looks like a tornado funnel from doing that. So yeah, you were right on.
Dude, that's amazing, Carrie Lynn. I want to thank you for that. And I didn't ask her to do any of that. It's all on her own.
No.
And I would just never ask her to do that. If she ever wanted to do it, she'll feel it and she'll know when to do it. So that's her thing. That's amazing, Carrie Lynn.
What are you going to do tonight on the podcast? I don't know. I'm just going to show up and follow
That's
Richie.
What is wrong with you? Nobody ever says that. Jeez. Good Lord.
I trust you.
No, I know. I trust you, and you're an amazing, amazing human being, and I'm glad to have you in my life, and I'm very grateful. This stout gentleman behind me is very special to me now, and means a lot to me. And the guys are amazing to me, Wojo, and we have the hawk fly over the research area as we're going in. It happens a lot, Carrie Lynn. It happens.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, everybody's like, hey, Jack, you know what I mean? It's just like, and you're the one. What?
Oh, you remember when we're meeting up with Denny? And then, hold on. There was a hawk feather on the side. Remember that? On the ground?
No, in the middle of the road.
In the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
and
he drove around,
speeding around, and then here comes, and then Denny shows up. You're like this. Yeah,
I'm holding a hawk feather up, and Denny's pulling up. He's like, "Is that a hawk feather?
Is that a hawk feather?
Is that what you got?
Mojo, is that a hawk feather?
Hey, kid. Yeah, I told you. I felt the energy, kid. I got my incense." I'm like,
and then we're sitting, Carrie Lynn, we're sitting there, we're like, talking. All of a sudden, here comes the hawk flying and perches up in a tree, up in this huge pine tree.
Yeah.
We're sitting there, we're like this, like, what just happened?
Yeah, that all happened. We were all frozen. Like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah. Seriously, that's amazing stuff, dude. That is saying that they're in the right spot. And what I love the most, I'm going to end the show with this. I am going to end the show with this. As a parent, when you let your child go in any way, you feel like they're becoming an individual, right? That's your first failing, right? If you don't understand what we understand, you're giving that child away to you don't know. And it's like they're an individual. They're by themselves. And that's the worst thing as a parent to ever feel. You don't ever want your child to feel like they're by themselves. But knowing that your daughter and my son are together and friends, right? Causing chaos all around the spiritual world, right? And go ahead.
Oh, just like this is there's a lady who trusted me to do my job for her. Her daughter passed away tragically. Her daughter comes in all the time randomly. I'm in a different end of the province, and her daughter shows up and she's like, "Carrie Lynn, I'm going to help the other kids come in today to do so that you get those clear messages." So then I'm texting her mom going, "Hey, she was hanging out with the cutie boys today." Right?
Isn't that? No, that's such a.
They stay connected, that they are not alone is so important to hear.
Do you feel these two are together? Do you feel that? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
It's just the stories. Yeah, you can't. Okay. Yeah. And I don't try. Do you know how it is, Denny, right? Sometimes you're just like, come on, really? They blow your mind. You know?
Yeah.
But that's the sense of wonder. You have to have a sense of wonder. It is wonder. It's like waking up like Christmas Day every day. I wonder how they're going to come through. I wonder how they're going to play out, and just being open to it. Yeah. High intention, low attachment. Let it happen.
Just amazing. Amazing stuff, man. I just want to thank Carrie Lynn and you again. Denny, thank you for your strength, man. To be able to sit like you sit and tell your story, man. The message becomes so important to you that you overcome that, or you suppress. You know what I mean? You kind of push things. Right. You got to push it down sometimes to get that message across, because your number one goal with your story is helping other people.
Correct.
And that's the amazing thing about you, dude. I am so blessed to have you. Ella, thank you for bringing us your dad. I know Wojo's pumped and grateful. I know everybody on the side's pumped and grateful. And I know you're going to have a great connection with Kerry Lynn going forward. Because Kerry Lynn, you have to admit, and you've heard the story, and your co-host has the story, and I have, you know what I mean? You have these stories, but the way he delivers it and the way he makes you kind of feel it and understand how it's all working is very clear, even for the layman. You know what I mean? Even for the common man that doesn't get any of this stuff, is on their first life, and they're like, oh. They don't understand, right?
Yeah.
You help it so it's clean and clear and people understand. Kick-ass job, dude. When you look and say, Daddy's proud of you, Ella, know that Ella's saying, Dad, I'm proud of you, because 100% that girl is proud of you, man. And it's just amazing, man. Wojo, thank you so much for tonight, dude. You're a kick-ass co-host. We are lucky dudes, man. Kerry Lynn, thank you so much. Obviously, you are a Christmas surprise and gift, by the way, I might add, right? Pun intended, right? Wojo, go ahead. Wojo, here it is. Okay, there it is. So I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. If you must have gotten a clear message. If there's something going on in your life, you're feeling that, they're not alone. They're not alone, whether it's your child, your parent. I know someone who recently had just lost somebody even as early as yesterday. I love you, and I'm thinking of you. Know that we're here for you. We're supposed to be in this together. The phone's always on. You call me, I'll answer. I'm not a guy who just talks stuff. I actually do stuff. I'm a man of action. So I want to thank Ella and baby Jack for making an appearance tonight and every night. You guys are amazing. I want to thank everybody on the side, Kurt and Benno and John and Lori. The list goes on, and Mary. And I know my producer Sam was here. Mike our boy Denny says it, Mike Tingsley. It has like he makes me so tingly from up there in New Hampshire. Thank you for being here tonight. As usual, you can catch us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Like, subscribe, notify, please. We will be going out in the woods. We haven't discussed much. I'm kind of waiting for my new phone so I can bring you guys out in the woods on a kick-ass new phone, but I'll let you know. Probably tomorrow morning, I'll let you know. Thank you for being with us tonight. I want everybody to keep climbing. Baby Jack, Daddy loves you. I love you too, Mama. And I love you, Ella. Thank you. Mojo, get us out of here because that's what you do.
Hey, thank you all for being on here. And remember, check your faith. Be hopeful, because we are home of the boom. Let's go.